Hi, are you Patrick?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Patrick. So Patrick, basically what I'm doing is, I know I'm new here at your school, and I just want to take some time to get to know all these students. I just want to let you know that anything that you say here is going to stay between you and I, and unless you tell me something like that you're going to hurt someone or hurt yourself, then I'm going to have to say something. But other than that, I want to make sure that you and I can have an open relationship here, and make sure that we're talking freely with one another. Does that sound okay to you?
Sure.
Alright, great. So, Patrick, why don't you just start with tell me a little bit about yourself, your family, what's sort of things that you like, or just about yourself.
I live with my mom right now. Huge fucking bitch, by the way.
Okay.
Like, my sister's at college. My dad died a few years ago from cancer.
Okay. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Tell me about your dad. What was that like for you? You said it was a couple years ago, so that must have been tough.
Yeah. My dad died when I was 13.
Okay.
Like, fuck, I don't want to do this. My mom, like, just fucking insane, honestly. Like, whenever I say or do anything at all, she just cries or yells shit at me for no reason.
So, it sounds to me that maybe you feel like she has a tough time understanding you.
It's whatever. Like, she's the one that's fucked.
Okay. And I see you have a sister as well?
Yeah, my sister isn't even around anymore. Like, she's out of college, she's getting lit every night. Like, she probably doesn't give a shit about either.
Okay. So, tell me a couple more things, and if you feel like talking about, tell me a little bit more about your father.
Like, he just died of cancer, and, like, there's not much left to talk about, really. Like, he's dead now. He's gone.
Okay.
Can't do anything about it.
Okay. So I know here being an alternative school, this probably isn't your first choice of place to go to school, so if you don't mind, would you want to talk to me about sort of what brought you here, and sort of where you're at now with how school's going?
Like, they say it's because, like, I've been drinking, like, I've been smoking, like, grades got low, I don't know.
Okay. So you said that they say, when you say they, who's they?
I don't know, like, teachers, my mom, like, fucking everyone, honestly.
Okay. And have you been drinking or smoking or anything like that?
Yeah, I've drank a few times and smoked cigarettes before.
Okay. Now, I see here on your school record that there was an incident of a fight. Can you tell me a little bit about that, or is that something you feel comfortable talking about right now?
Yeah, like, they tried telling me I started a fight with another kid on the team in the locker room. Like, he just kept talking shit and wouldn't. So I knocked him out. Simple as that.
And you said team. What team were you talking about?
Basketball team.
Oh, are you a good basketball player?
I'm alright.
Okay. And so I'm assuming now you're no longer on the team?
No.
Okay. Does that bother you that you're not on the team? I mean, it seems like you seem to have some feelings about that student in particular that you might have had an issue with.
I don't know, I liked playing basketball. Like, I just fucking hate the people that I had to play with.
Okay.
Like, that one guy especially.
Okay. Now, some of the notes that I have here from teachers or mom or just in the school file I have of you it mentions sort of other drugs as well that people are afraid that you're taking. Are you taking other drugs?
No.
Okay. So you know if there's ever a time where you feel like that is something that you're going to do, or if it's something you start doing, you know this is a good place that you can talk to me about that, because that might be something that we can sort of help you work through if that's something that you're willing to do. But as of now, you said that you're not, so I can assume that you're not. What about school? Can you tell me a little bit just about school from the past, or how you feel about school in general?
Like, I just fucking hate it. Like, everything about it, like, sucks. Like, the people suck, the teachers suck.
Okay.
Like learning sucks.
Okay. So what part of it sucks? Like just everything, or is there individual aspects of it that suck, or
Yeah, like the teachers just fucking hate me. Like they're trying to teach me to. They're trying to teach me, but fucking like I'm just not picking anything up.
okay. And what do you enjoy learning? Anything in particular in school? If it weren't for the teachers, would there be certain subjects that you'd be interested in?
I like art.
Art?
Yeah.
Okay, what about art do you like?
You know, like I just like drawing. Like I like making things that don't really happen. I can just show something in my mind.
So it seems like you sort of value creativity and
Yeah.
being able to express that?
Yeah, like I like art, but I only get to take any art classes like once every other day because these fucking assholes like say my GPA isn't good enough to take any other electives.
Okay, so it seems like you might be a little bit frustrated about that.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit, friends, I'm sure you have a few friends or people that you're close to at least around school or maybe outside of school. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I have a few friends like here and out of school. But, like most of the time I just like to ride around on bikes with them.
Okay.
Like sometimes we ride like 10 miles out of town. Like
10 miles at a time you ride?
yeah.
And where do you guys go? You just...
Like wherever. Like wherever we feel like going.
Okay. And do you value that freedom that you have with your friends and the ability to just go wherever you want?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's good. So it seems like there are some aspects of school that you may be okay with, whether it be interacting with your friends or that one art class that you get to take every other day. If you weren't in school, though, and you could do other things, what would you be doing right now?
I work at this pizza place, like,
Okay.
close to my house. Honestly, I'd much rather just work there. Like,
You'd rather work with the pizza place? Mm-hmm.
like, honestly, I think I should just drop out. Like, my grades are shit, my teachers fucking hate me, why be here?
Yeah. I can see how you might feel like that, especially if you're not getting to take the classes that you want to take, or you feel as if the teachers are not helping you the way that you'd like them to. So what sort of things might you, if you could have your teachers do something differently, what might you do? So what sort of things can staff here do to help you be successful?
Not be fucking assholes. Like, I can't even explain it. Like they just suck. Like, they just don't like me.
Okay. And what about what they're doing makes you feel like they don't like you?
It's like they just give me a worksheet. They say, do it. Like, they just stand up at the front of the class, they just say shit, and like, they just don't make sure I know any of it before we work on it all.
So you're saying that maybe you would appreciate maybe some more one-on-one time or maybe a little bit more academic attention?
I guess.
Okay. Alright. So, Patrick, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. These might feel a little bit more serious, so if you feel like they're, if you don't feel like answering them, I understand. Maybe we can get to them another time. And I'm just going to be straightforward because I feel like you are someone who values people just being direct with you. Do you feel like you're depressed?
I don't know. Like, I'm just fucking pissed all the time. Like, people fucking suck at school most of the time. Like, I just don't want to be around them.
Okay.
Like, I'd much rather just be home.
And would you say that's even the case for the friends that you talked about riding bikes with?
No, like, they're fine.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to have people that you can sort of rely on.
Like, my dad died when I was 13, like I said, like,
Yeah.
from cancer. My grandfather died the same way, so sometimes I might just feel like I might get it.
So you're feeling like
it's a genetic thing.
okay. And so I mean, in cancer, it is said that it's sort of passed on through the genes. But is there anything to make you think that you are going to get it other than those things? The fact that your grandfather or father have had it?
I don't know. I just feel like things don't go my way ever, so I feel like it's just sort of bound to happen.
Okay. So I can see where you might feel a little bit discouraged about doing things in school and sort of working towards something maybe, especially if you feel like there's no point. Interesting. It seems like that's probably tough, especially. Did you have a close relationship with your father?
Yeah, like we liked basketball, like we both did.
That was something you shared together. Okay.
Oh, like he's somebody like he was easy to talk to, and like he's just not around anymore. So he just sucks.
And have you guys, you personally, or even your family, have you guys ever attended any counseling about your father dying? Because that's a tough thing to have happen.
Nah, not really.
No. Okay. Would you be interested in going to counseling about those things, or do you?
Honestly, I feel like they're just gonna spew just random shit. Like it's not gonna apply.
Okay. Okay. So, Patrick, if it's alright with you, I'd like to sort of talk about how our relationship is going to go, what sort of you and I can do together to sort of work towards some goals. Are there any goals that you have specifically about your academic career, or anything that I can maybe help you with?
I don't know, like I sort of want to get my GPA up just so I can like have other art classes.
Okay, so that would be a good goal. So let's take that down. So let's start with that. So you want to get your GPA up so that you can potentially take some more art classes. And does that sound better to you than dropping out, being able to take these art classes? Because if we drop out, it's probably going to be tougher to find those art classes, especially without a price attached to it like you can do in school.
Yeah.
So GPA is a good one, I think, for those art classes, if nothing else. So that's good. So right now, I can look it up. I think your GPA is at about a 1.5 or so is what I have here. Is that something you're familiar with? Okay. So that's what I have here, but I can double check to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Maybe there's some credits you have that I am not seeing here. But I think that's a good one. So I think that in order to take more electives, we have to get that up at least past a 2. So that's something that you and I can work on, maybe finding strategies for you, or work with some of your teachers. Maybe we can find you some extra time to help. What's another one? So what's another goal that you might have?
I don't know.
Okay. So if it's alright with you, I can suggest some, and maybe you can tell me what you think about some of those. One goal I have for a lot of the people I meet with is just to come to school every day. Is that something that maybe you think that you can work towards, or because I know that from what I see here, maybe attendance has been a little bit of a problem the past year or so, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't want to have your file speak for you. I want to get the picture from you, not from your file.
Yeah.
So coming to school, is that at least trying to come every single day?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. And is there anything else that you think that maybe we can try to do to sort of, I don't know, maybe get you back on a track that you maybe feel a little bit happier, not having some of these feelings of wanting to isolate yourself, or feeling like nobody understands where you're coming from?
You can tell these teachers to fucking teach better, like, do their job.
Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of sort of stress related to the teachers themselves. Okay, so just before we wrap up, I do just want to get a couple more just basic information from you. Have you ever anything significant in your medical history? Have you ever been really sick or broken any bones or anything like that? Or
Yeah, I've had a few broken bones before.
Okay.
My right ankle twice.
Okay.
My left wrist once.
Okay.
That's about it.
And no history of like being sick or really anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And you said that you worked at a pizza place this last summer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how was that? Tell me a little bit about what you, because you said you enjoyed it. What did you really enjoy about working there?
No, like they're not fake like the people I work with. Like they just tell you as it is.
Okay. What else did you enjoy about working? Because a lot of the students I meet with, they say the similar thing where they seem to maybe not like school, but they do enjoy work. So what is it else about work that maybe that you are drawn to over school?
Like I'm actually getting something out of being there. Like I'm getting paid. Like I don't get shit here.
Okay, so the fact that you see that there's a point to being there, you get rewarded for the work that you do, and you see that reward pretty much, or you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, or?
Yeah, every week.
Okay, so that's probably nice to at least have that. And what do you do with the money that you make?
I don't know, I might like just go out with friends, spend it.
Okay. And is your family, are you guys religious? Do you go to church or anything, or?
Church is fucking stupid. It seems like there's no point. Like they spew the same shit like every time.
Okay.
But no, we celebrate Christmas though. That's about it.
Okay, so you do celebrate sort of some Christian holidays, but maybe not practice the religion the way that others might. Okay. Okay, and then do you have any mental health history in your family that you know of? Other people that may have had depression? Again, not that I'm saying that you do or anything like that, but anything else that might suggest that there might be something else going on here? Or?
My mom's been like a fucking psycho lately. Like, maybe something with her.
Okay. Alright, good. Alright. See if there's anything else, because I don't want to keep you too long. I want you to be able to get back to class. And then you mentioned your sister as well, that you said that you feel like she doesn't really care so much?
No.
Okay.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. And I do want to talk about quickly the last couple things, and again, I want to get your take, because some of these things, if you just read them in a file, they might suggest things about you that I don't want to assume, and I want to make sure that I'm getting your story. So, it says here that you have been arrested a couple times. Can you tell me a little bit about like what might have happened in those situations?
Like, I was not doing shit. Like, I was just riding my bike. That was it.
Okay. Do you mind if I read some of them, and maybe you can tell me what you think about what it has to say here? So it says here, you've been arrested, I think it says a couple times for, it says vandalism, fighting, and possession of alcohol. Do any of those, does that seem accurate, or is there something that you would see as wrong with any of those?
No, like, I've drank a few times, but that does not sound right. Like, I've fought people before too, and it's just like, that's just a misunderstanding. Like, they were going at me before I went at them.
So were the police involved though with those situations?
Yeah.
Okay, so the police were involved. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the accurate information. And it seems like you might be a little bit bothered by those things. And then the vandalism part is that. Can you tell me a little bit like what kind of vandalism that is?
No, like, I just got pissed, so like I kicked a trash can over. Like, that's like stuff like that.
Okay, and then there was no graffiti or anything else.
No.
Okay. Okay, so like I said, I don't want to keep you from class too long, and I don't want to make you feel like I'm just bombarding you with a ton of questions. So I think what I'm going to do is I have your goals, so we just to review those. Let's review those real quick. It's try to find a way to get your GPA up to take some more art classes. Goal that I suggested that it seems like you are okay with is making an effort to come to school every day, and maybe then also working with your teachers to find ways that maybe we can help you. Those all sound correct, or am I missing anything?
No, like, that's fine, I guess.
Okay, good. Alright, like I said, Patrick, if you ever need to talk, I want you to make sure that you know that you have a place here, and like I said, anything that's said here stays between us. And I don't want you to feel like I'm going to go and tell your mom everything that you're saying, or go tell your teachers that you don't like them, or anything like that. I want you to make sure that you feel as if you are safe to talk about things that you need to talk about here. So, with that, if you feel good to go, I'm good to let you go back to class. And like I said, my door's always open. Please feel free, and just whatever you need, I'm here to help you, bud. Alright?
Alright.
Alright. Well, Patrick, it was nice to meet you. Have a good rest of your day, and like I said, if you need anything, I'm here.
Alright.